A courtroom clash is brewing in Hollywood, one that could expose secrets, flip reputations, and drag some of the industry's biggest names into the spotlight. At the center of it all, Blake Lively, a star known for grace and glamour, now preparing to face hours of high-pressure questioning under oath. And on the other side, Justin Baldoni's legal team, armed with footage, messages, and a mission to punch holes in her story. The date is set, the stakes are real, and what happens in that deposition room could change everything we thought we knew. But how did it get this far? And why are Baldoni's lawyers so confident they can expose the truth? Let's break it down. Just a few years ago, Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni were co-stars, working together on the film adaptation of It Ends With Us, a project that, on the surface, seems like just another Hollywood success story in the making. But off-camera, a much darker story was reportedly unfolding. In a move that stunned fans, Lively came forward with serious accusations against Baldoni, including claims of sexual harassment and retaliation. The allegations ignited controversy almost immediately, drawing lines in the sand across the entertainment industry. Baldoni, for his part, denied everything and fired back. He even filed a $400 million counter lawsuit against Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds, accusing them of defamation and extortion. That lawsuit tossed out. The judge dismissed the case entirely. Baldoni's team could have refiled, but they didn't. With that counterattack neutralized, the focus shifted back to Lively's original claims and the long, tense legal road ahead. And now we've arrived at a pivotal moment, the deposition. The first time she'll be forced to testify, not on a red carpet, not in a press release, but under oath. And Baldoni's lawyers, they're not holding back. It's official. Blake Lively will be deposed on Thursday, July 17th. The date was quietly revealed in a court filing, tucked inside an email from July 2nd, after Lively's legal team served subpoenas to two publicists tied to Baldoni. The publicist's lawyer requested a delay, citing this very deposition as a scheduling concern. That's how the public learned the clock was ticking. And make no mistake, this isn't just another interview. This is a legal ambush, staged with precision. Brian Friedman, Baldoni's high-powered attorney, has already made his intentions crystal clear. She's going to answer questions under penalty of perjury. We have the video. We have the texts. We have the emails. We're going to see how consistent her testimony really is. That's not subtle. That's a warning. Friedman isn't just preparing questions. He's preparing a case to challenge Lively's credibility, line by line, timestamp by timestamp. According to him, the evidence is already there. The only variable now is her answers. And for Lively, that means one thing. The spotlight is about to get a lot hotter. If you think this deposition is just a legal formality, think again. Brian Friedman isn't just showing up to ask polite questions. He's building a narrative, and it starts with tearing Lively's apart. In a now viral interview on TMZ Live, Friedman laid out his plan like a man preparing for war. She's going to testify under oath. We'll present her with the messages, the emails, the video footage, and then we'll see if her version of events holds up. His confidence wasn't quiet. It was calculated, and it wasn't just about the courtroom. He went a step further, saying they should sell tickets to the deposition, stream it live, or host it in Madison Square Garden, and donate the money to charities. That may sound like sarcasm, but it reveals something deeper. They want this public. Baldoni's team isn't running from attention. They're leaning into it. Why? Because they believe Lively's claims won't survive the spotlight. To them, this isn't about settling. It's about vindication and making sure the world hears their side loud and clear. But while Baldoni's camp plays offense, Lively's response has been just as resolute and far more personal. While Baldoni's lawyers fire off press quotes and court motions, Blake Lively's response has been steady and deeply personal. Her attorney, Mike Gottlieb, didn't flinch when asked if Lively would take the stand. "Of course," he said. "This is her story, and she's going to tell it." His confidence wasn't loud, but it was firm. For Lively's team, the goal isn't spectacle, it's resolution. And when the trial begins in March 2026, they expect the actress to deliver her account front and center. But before the courtroom lights turn on, the deposition on July 17th will offer a preview, one that could either reinforce her truth or give Baldoni's camp the cracks they're hoping for. In May, Lively made a rare public statement after Baldoni's $400 million lawsuit was dismissed. Her words weren't just defiant, they were raw. "Like so many others, I felt the pain of a retaliatory lawsuit," she said. "The manufactured shame that tries to break us." And then she made it clear, "I'm more resolved than ever to stand for every woman's right to have a voice, to protect her safety, her dignity, her story." That wasn't just a quote. That was a mission. But mission or not, what happens in that deposition room could still change the game, depending on what's uncovered next. This isn't just a legal drama between two celebrities. It's a high-profile showdown that could redefine reputations, not just for Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, but for how Hollywood handles power, silence, and accountability. Behind the headlines, there's a far bigger question. Who gets believed when the stories don't match? If Lively's deposition aligns perfectly with the facts Baldoni's team claims to hold, the texts, the footage, the emails, it could strengthen her case, solidify her credibility, and dismantle any suggestion that this was a vendetta or exaggeration. But if Friedman finds inconsistencies, even small ones, they'll use them to undermine her entire narrative. That's not speculation, that's strategy. Because in court, it's not just what you say, it's how much of it can be proven, and how much can be twisted against you. Lively's status as a respected actress doesn't protect her here. In fact, it might make her more of a target. The higher the profile, the louder the fall. And Baldoni? He's not backing down. His team believes this case is his shot at clearing his name, and maybe flipping the narrative entirely. No matter how you see it, one thing is clear. This deposition could break the silence or break someone's story apart. And now, as rumors swirl and pressure mounts, the focus turns to what comes next and whether the public will ever hear the full truth. Online, the speculation is already exploding. Reddit threads, Twitter theories, private DMs leaking inside info. Everyone wants to know the same thing. What's actually in those emails and messages? Brian Friedman claims his team has the receipts, text messages, behind-the-scenes footage, even private emails, all of which he says contradict parts of Blake Lively's claims. But here's the catch. None of it has been made public, not yet. And that uncertainty is where the tension lives. What if the deposition reveals nothing? What if it confirms everything? What if both sides walk away more exposed than they expected? Friedman hinted in interviews that the truth isn't what people think it is, and that the deposition will be key to shifting public perception. But Lively's team has stayed mostly silent. A calculated move, perhaps, to let the evidence speak louder than the speculation. Still, some fans have already chosen sides. Some believe Lively's words carry the weight of a movement. Others think Baldoni is being wrongly dragged through the fire. Either way, the only certainty is that this story is far from over. And when July 17 arrives, the truth, or at least two very different versions of it, will finally collide. On July 17th, the cameras won't be rolling. There won't be red carpets, makeup teams, or carefully chosen lighting. Just a table, a microphone, a legal oath, and the weight of two completely different truths about to collide. Blake Lively will face the questions, not as a celebrity, not as a character, but as a woman standing by her story. And across from her, Justin Baldoni's team will come armed with evidence they claim proves otherwise. No scripts, no edits, just testimony. The outcome of this deposition won't end the trial, but it might just determine how that trial is remembered. Will Lively's story hold up under pressure? Or will Baldoni's lawyers find the cracks they need to reshape the narrative? No matter the answer, one thing is clear. The fallout won't just echo through the courtroom, it'll ripple across Hollywood, through headlines and into the public's memory for years to come. This isn't just a legal process, it's a high-stakes test of truth, trust, and power. And when the dust settles, one voice will be louder than the rest. Not because it screamed the hardest, but because it survived the silence.